Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Battlestar Galactica Season 3, Episode 9. Before beginning, if you are just watching my reaction videos about Battlestar Galactica and not all of the other videos that I'm making, that's your right, but maybe you don't know that I'm not in confinement anymore. That's it, in France we are not in confinement anymore since 1 week now, and that's so great. Even if, we didn't see a lot of change, a lot of big change than before, like we are still wearing a mask, we are still using barrier gestures, the social distances, but also to not touch people, to not kill them, to say hi, because yes, in France we are kissing each other on the cheeks to say hi. So we are still doing all of that, but something that changed and that really pleased me a lot with this end of the confinement is the fact that we don't have to go outside with an authorization paper. Now we can go outside without it, and we don't have to stay into this area of 1 kilometer around our home. We can go in an area of 100 kilometers around our home. So I went to see my parents and my brother and my grandparents, and that was so great. Even if we didn't touch each other, even if we didn't say hi like that, even if we kept, distances between each other, that was so great to see them. I saw them on Monday and Wednesday, and I waited to have seen them before going out on stores and all of that, because stores are now open again into France. Not just food stores, but all of the other stores. So I waited, the fact that I saw all of the members of my family that I can see, because my sister and my nephew, they are at more than 100 kilometers from me, so I can't see them, and that's so hard and difficult, because soon is gonna be 2 years old, and at this age, they are growing so fast, and now he's speaking, real words. I can see that, during phone calls, during video phone calls, but that's not the same, than to really see him growing like that, growing up. So I cannot wait for the time when they're gonna say to us that it's okay to go at more than 100 kilometers. I need 200 kilometers and I will be able to see him. Please, I want to see my nephew. But yes, that was great to see my parents and my grandparents, especially because of the fact that my grandfather is going to be operated on Monday, so I was glad that I could see him before, and that's why also I was so careful and I didn't go anywhere before that, because I wanted to be sure that I was not going to be infected, into stores or stuff like that. Because again, you can have the COVID without knowing it, without having any symptoms, and again, you are not doing the barrier gesture and you are not staying at your home just to be safe, but also for other people to be safe. Not just to be contaminated, but also to not contaminate people. And even now, I'm trying my best to concentrate all of the things that I want to do outside of my home, I'm trying my best to concentrate all of them on the same day, to be sure that when I'm going out, it's for a lot of things, and I'm being really careful when I'm out there, but to be sure that I'm not going out each day of the week, That's still annoying, but that's better, because again, we don't need an authorization paper anymore. We can go see our family and our friends. We can go at more than 1 kilometer far from our home. And that's so great. Life didn't return to normal, but life is better. And it's gonna be better. I hope that, for me and for you, I really hope that. We'll see. And if you are still in confinement right now, really, I'm sending you a lot of love and all of my energy and all of my good vibes. You know how much I'm thinking of you. Okay, about Battlestar Galactica now. I love this show, I don't have to repeat it. I loved a lot the beginning of this season 3, really. The level of these first episodes was so high into the quality, you know, of writing it, but also producing it, you know. All of the different aspects, you know, that they explored, that they filmed, that they did during this first episode. I was amazed by that, and that's why maybe the other episodes that followed are not at the same level of quality. That's normal. And we are back, you know, on the fleet, we are back on the ships, so we are coming back, you know, to there and our old habits with the show, the same rhythm with the show, with entire episodes just only about a story, just only about a character, just only about a subject, and they did that really well with the traitor episode, the one in which they were wondering about who is a traitor or not, what are the limits or not, what you do with these people or not, what the sentences can be. This episode was really great, and the next ones were really great also, but the last one that I saw, the episode 8 I think, was weaker in my opinion, maybe because of the fact that I loved so much the beginning of this season 3 that of course it was gonna be weaker, you know, because of that level of quality that I had the impression that they had for the beginning of the season, but also, and I'm repeating it, because of the fact that this episode was about one story and one character, and everything began and finished into the episode. We didn't have any causes and we're not gonna have any consequences about what happened during this episode. It was about a character, a new character that we discovered during the episode and who left at the end of the episode. It was about a story that we discovered during the episode and which is not gonna have any consequences on the next one. So it's not helping me, you know, to care about this character, to care about this story, and I found also almost illogical the fact that we didn't see that story, clues about that story before, because if Adama's father was really feeling guilty about the fact that, according to him, he was the one who was responsible for the war, you know, for the silent attack on Caprica and all of the other planets. He was feeling guilty about the beginning of the war, about all of these deaths and all of that, and we didn't see that before. We didn't have any clues, any things about him feeling guilty for that. I think that it's a little illogical, you know, and that it's not natural with the story, with the character. That's not credible, you know, for his character, for Adama's character. That's not credible with his story, with how he's functioning, with how he was feeling before during all of these other episodes. I have the impression that they created this story for this last episode, but I don't see the point of it. Like, he's saying it and is resolving that issue on the same episode. All of that guilt and all of these things, we had normally to see that before, and to resolve it, it had to take entire episodes, you know, more than just 2 or 3 scenes. I don't know, I didn't believe into it, you know, not the story, but all of what they put into it, you know, all of the intentions and the feelings that they put into it, it was not well done, in my opinion. The only thing that was well done, and we're gonna have consequences about that thing, is the fact that the colonel is back, or at least is accepting, you know, Helen's death, and is gonna come back as who he was before. Not really who he was before, because you know me, I don't believe that it's possible to come back to who you were before something happen to you, even more if it's something really bad and really big, but it can come back, you know, at least at his place, at least with Adama as a friend and as his XO. That would be great. We're gonna see that during this episode. Today I'm gonna try to watch my 4 usual episodes, but I'm not sure that I'm gonna have the time, maybe just 2. During the week that you are watching this video, I'm just gonna post 1 video about Battlestar Galactica. It means that I'm gonna post 2 episodes, but just 1 video, because it's gonna be the return of the 100. I'm not excited about it, I'm stressed about it. Short resume, I don't trust the writers and I don't trust the producers. So even if I love the show and the characters, when you don't trust the writers and the producers to write a good final season, that's not really helping. I'm not saying that I don't trust them for giving me the season that I want, you know, with everything that I want and all of that. No, because I want to be surprised, and if they are not giving me everything that I want, I'm not gonna be like, they did it wrong. No, we had so many things that happened during all of these seasons to prove us that they are not good at writing some stuff, really writing them well. You know, with shows, even if I don't agree with some things that are happening into the shows that I love, if I can understand them, I'm like, okay, they made that choice, I'm not okay with it, but they did it well, you know, they wrote it well, they produced it well, I'm believing into it, I can understand it. But with the 100, when they are making some choices, they are not making them logical or understandable for their fans. That's how much I'm trusting the writers and the producers of the 100. Jason? I'm talking to you. About you. To you, no. I don't think that you're gonna watch my videos about the 100 and even more about Battlestar Galactica. Stop and let's go now for Battlestar Galactica. Again, the reaction part is in the description. I'm gonna make a quick review about the first episode and then a longer review about the 2 episodes together in this YouTube video. Let's go! I hope that it's not all, you know, for this relationship, for talking about them, about their relationship. This episode was so great. For once, we talked about something that they built, you know, all along these seasons and these episodes, but they never, you know, took an entire episode to talk about it, or just, you know, entire scenes to talk about it. It was just little things like that into each episode. But to take an entire episode to talk about relationships, because it was not just about Lee and Starbuck, it was about relationship, about the relationship between Adama's father and the president, about Adama's father and the chief, about Lee and Starbuck, of course, but also about Anders and Starbuck, and also about Dee and Lee. To take an entire episode to talk about relationships, that's so great. Because, of course, you know, with the show, with putting little things about relationships during each episode, of course, it's gonna create, you know, fans who are wishing for some ships to happen, who are like that, ruling for some ships, for some couples together and all of that. So at some point they had, maybe not to take an entire episode to talk about it, but at least to take the time to have an end or a resolution for these ships and relationships. But to take an entire episode about it, that's great. That's, again, you know, how they are functioning with the show. Each time they are taking entire episodes to explore something. a story, a character, a subject, and during this episode, relationships, important relationships. I was right since the beginning of the episode, you know, when they began the flashbacks implying that Lee and Starbuck slept together on New Caprica. I knew that they slept together, but we knew that they didn't end up together, so I was already suspecting that it was Starbuck who decided to stay with Anders and Lee decided to stay with Dee because of that. That's not fair for Dee, you know, to be the second choice. To be... that's really not fair for her. But Starbuck, you know, sleeping with Lee, telling him that she loves him, and what? She was afraid and scared about her feelings, and she left and go to marry Lee? I'm not sure of that. I think that we didn't see all about that flashback. I think that we're missing something, you know, because we saw her waking up, but we didn't see, you know, what happened when she woke up, if she was afraid or something like that. And when they met together after that, when Lee told her these things, because of course he was mad at her, she responded like, yes, she was the one who proposed, you know, to Anders, but she didn't say it like she was feeling okay about the situation. Like, I had the impression that she was saying that she did it, but not willingly. What happened? I think that we didn't see everything. Maybe I'm in denial because I can't imagine that Starbuck did that just like that. It would be a disappointment, honestly, for me, if Starbuck just decided to do that just by herself, because they said to each other that they loved each other. Okay, they slept with each other, but that's not all, you know, that was not just a sex thing. They said, they screamed that they loved each other. I think that someone heard that, and maybe Dee maybe heard it. Because I had the impression that right there at the end, they both know, Anders and Dee, that Lee and Starbuck, they have feelings for each other, love for each other. They both know that. Anders, that scene at the end, you know, it's Anders giving up on Starbuck for good, but Dee, she's not ready to give up. That's a question mark for me, because she, I don't know, for me she maybe heard them the first time. I don't know why I have this impression. Maybe also because of her own story, you know, the fact that she was interested by Lee while she was in fact with Billy, and you know, she's she's familiar with that kind of situation, you know, a triangle like that, being with someone but thinking about someone else. So maybe she can forget that, you know, she can allow Lee to have feelings for someone else even if he is with her. Do you understand what I mean? They were so sweet with each other. But this is not romantic. We saw these sweet moments in parallel with them fighting each other. And at the end of the episode, they are not with each other. They fought against each other. Okay, at the end, they were so tired that they finished, you know, by hugging each other like that, but that was not it. The end of their relationship, the resolution of their relationship, the accomplishment of their relationship, no, nothing. At least they said to each other that they are missing each other. That can be the beginning of a resolution. But they are building this relationship in a way that I think that we're really gonna have it happening during the final season, So the season 4 during the final episode, during the 2 or 3 last episodes, but not before that. I don't have a lot of hope because of the way that they are building it. It's a slow burn ship, really, and I'm dying waiting for them to happen. I was excited during this episode, all along this episode, but I knew that we were not gonna end this episode with the two of them together, so I was not as excited as I'm gonna be when it's gonna finally happen during the last season, during the last episode. But that was so great to have the two of them together, screaming their feelings for each other. And all of these flashbacks, you know, it was almost like the fans made it. That's the kind of video that you can find right now on Twitter with other ships for other shows, like The 100 with Bellark, you know. But yes, an entire episode to talk about relationships, that's great, and that's maybe the best way to do it for the show, for a show like that, which is a sci-fi show and which is, you know, each time taking entire episode to talk about something, one subject, one story or one character, to take an entire episode to talk about relationships. That was clever to do it like that. And to do it with other relationships than just love relationships, you know, like the relationships between Adama's father and the president, with the chief and Adama's father. That was clever, you know, to do it like that. But now I'm gonna watch the next episode, and I know already that I began this review by saying they're not gonna leave us like that, we're gonna have something about it during the next episode, but now that I'm analyzing it a little, no. We're not gonna have anything else about that during the next episode. That's a slow burn ship, they're gonna kill me with it, so... But that was a great episode. I loved it. It really satisfied my ship art, you know. You're watching my reaction videos for other shows, you know that I'm not showing this side of me a lot, you know, that ship art that I can have with some characters into some shows, because I'm not shipping a lot of persons into shows. The majority of the show that I'm watching, I'm not shipping anyone with anyone, but right there with this one with Battlestar Galactica, Lee and Starbuck, they have my heart, the two of them. Okay, I'm gonna watch the next episode right now. For you, it's still in the reaction part in the description, so let's go. I'm sorry, I'm speechless. I can't say that I loved her character because she was not one of the main characters of the show, and we didn't know her story or background before this episode. But see, I'm crying because the show is good at it, at taking an entire episode to talk about one character. They were also talking about one important subject during this episode, you know, the fact that they were missing food, you know, to survive, and the risk and the things that they are able to do to just survive, to have their food, to not die. And they were ready, and they did it, to lose people during the process, just to survive at the end. They were ready to take the risk to lose people with entire ships, but also people with radiation, and they lost 2 ships, 2 entire ships with hundreds of people into it, and also Kat, Sasha Kat. For me, she's Kat, and she's gonna stay Kat. Because your name is not defining you, you know, your actions are. And all along these seasons, episodes, she was a good pilot and a good soldier. Okay, she had some moments when she was annoying for Starbuck and stuff like that, but I think that Starbuck, even during this moment, was respecting Kat, you know, and the soldier that she was, the pilot that she was. That's why she didn't say the truth to Adama's father just like that. That's why she let the time to Kat to do it herself, and that's why at the end she's offering her sleep pills to die without pain. The show is good at it, really, to talk about one character and to make us feel for a character during an entire episode. And see, I was talking about the episode 8, which was about just one character, and I was not involved into the story because we didn't know the character before, and we are not gonna know him after the episode. Right there, we didn't know a lot Kat before, but we knew some stuff about her. We're not gonna have her after this episode, but what happened to her before the episode, all of this story is making sense with the story that they explored during this episode. Like, it was not the case with Adama feeling guilty for creating the war and all of that. That story that they told during the episode 8 was not logical with what happened before. The story that they created for Kat during this episode was logical with what happened to her before, with the pills, with the drugs, with all of that. And with the thing about the girl in the picture, that was a nice end, a nice closure. Because Starbuck was teasing her with that, you know, with being the girl on the picture for someone, you know, for being someone that people, at least one people, is gonna miss. They're gonna miss her. I'm sorry. That was really well done and well written. And that was a good character for that Kat, you know. Because if they wanted to explore that subject about the food, about the radiation, about the risk that they can take to survive, of course they had to lose someone, one character I mean, and Kat was the good one for that, and they wrote it well, you know, they did it well. I'm glad that they didn't do it with Hot Dog, for example. That kid, I love him too much. I think that now I love him not as much as I love Starbuck, Hilo and the Chief, but maybe as much as I love Lee. I don't know why. That kid really, we didn't see a lot of him, but we began with him not being a pilot, you know, and little by little he became a good pilot and he's taking more responsibility each time, and we are seeing him more. I don't know why I care about that kid. I'm afraid of that because usually when I'm like that with a minor character, he's dying in the next episode, you know. Remember some characters from The Expanse, like Theo the electrician? That was really a good episode. For the story that it was, you know, that thing about the food, it's reminding us, you know, the fact that they are surviving on the fleet. They are not just searching for Earth and living their best lives during that time, during that trip. No, they are fighting also to survive. To survive, to search Earth and to find Earth, to maybe have a life. You know, for now they don't have a life. They are surviving. And that was a good reminder of the situation. That was a good call. Logical, well done, well filmed. That's why my emotions are so high right now. I'm sorry, I'm still crying a little. I'm trying to find something else to say about this episode, but this episode was really about that, you know. Of course, it was not the continuity of what happened during the last one, which was about relationships. Again, an entire episode about relationships, that was great. Of course, I appreciated everything about Lee and Starbuck. And, you know, first thought that I had at the end of the first episode, it was, they are not gonna let us with that. We're gonna have the continuity of that during the next episode, and at the end of my review of the last episode I said it, no, that was all for now, and that's gonna be all for this season maybe. I'm not gonna make a review of the 2 episodes. After what happened during this one, I can't, and I made a long review of the first episode, so I think that you had enough of me shipping and being a fangirl, you know, during all of this review of the first episode. I need to breathe and to mourn Kat. Again, that's gonna be easier than with some other characters because she was not a minor character, but she was not as important as some others can be. But because of this episode and how it was done, how it was well done, it's difficult. You know, it's hard to handle. But I'm gonna do it. And I think that I'm gonna come back for 2 more episodes today. I'm gonna try my best to watch 2 more episodes today. It's not gonna be on the same week for you. I said it during my intro. Because of the return of the 100, for this week you're gonna have only 1 video about Battlestar Galactica. 2 episodes still into the same video, but just 1 video, and then with the next week you're gonna have still your 2 videos about Battlestar Galactica, 2 videos about The Last Kingdom, and 1 video about the 100. I'm gonna organize myself like that, not for the first week, but for the second week and the rest of them. Okay, so it's all for you for today for Battlestar Galactica, and it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.